as my mother was cleaning piss and shit out of my diaper when I was 15 years old. She told me that she was more disappointed in me than the day the doctors told her that she would never be able to get pregnant. And in that moment, I wanted to disappear, become smaller than the smallest dust particle ever seen under the most intensely magnified lens, and here we are. My cock is erect from the air flowing through the vents. My wheelchair is far away from me, and I have no braces on, and I was so small. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't flinch, I couldn't even die. A tick bite had rendered my body useless, made my body a meatless corpse. I would lose so much weight, I would miss 6 weeks of school, become so petrified of soiling the sheets that I would sleep on the floor. So forgetting about my stomach illness and knowing that the doctors in the hospital could save me, I was sure. I sat on the toilet and told my mother that I had lost my ability to see. Forgot about my stomach illness, but deep inside I wanted to forget what cries of relentless depression sounded like, to forget about what angry pots and pans sounded like. So I sat on the toilet and told my mother that I had lost my ability to see. After spending 3 days in the hospital, the doctors finding nothing wrong, and they told my mother I was lying. We went home, sat in the car in uncomfortable silence. This was the source of her disappointment. Later that year, I would suck Travis's cock in my bedroom after school. He would tell me he liked it. Then he would go to the vice principal's office the next day and tell the vice principal he didn't like it anymore. The vice principal would make me tell my mother the weekend before my junior prom. Later that year, Kit would come all over Washita as my father got my mother as a wedding anniversary present. The screaming sounds of depressions, the angry pots and pans would get so much worse, but how would I know? I was too small to tell. Later that year, when the doctors told my mother that the tick bite was the source of my stomach illness, she never apologized. I never asked her to. She never apologized, and we stared at each other like dolls, dressed in the brightest makeup. A week later, after my mother had voiced her disappointment with me, she caught me masturbating under a sheet, a blanket, and a towel. When she asked me what I was doing, I told her that I was scratching a mosquito bite right below my belly button. I had just lied, and I would continue to lie again and again. What's the use in being so fucking honest?